Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Welcome you all again in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif, Saudi Arabia. Dear students, as you know that this is Pakistan International School, Taif, virtual class for class 10th student, subject computer science, and today is our fourth lecture. Teacher name is Imran Ahmed. Dear students, in the previous week, we were discussing chapter number 1, which was programming techniques. Overall, the feedback of our previous lecture, understanding the problem, in understanding the problem, we have discussed defining the problem and many other things, analyzing the problems. So next was planning the solution of the problem. Candid solution of a problem, select the best solution, and after that, we have started algorithm. Definition of algorithm is very important. The steps of algorithms are very important. Simply, I will revise the definition over here. Series of steps in order to solve a particular problem is known as algorithm. After that, this is the I gave you the assignment homework of this problem example of algorithm. I got the only one boy, he solved it and he sent to me on my WhatsApp. His attempt was very good and mostly steps he performed the correctly. Okay, find the sum, product and average of 5 given number. First of all, in this question, you must have to understand what the requirement of problem 1 is. So he asked, you have 5 numbers. Let's say 5 numbers are A, B, C, D, E. So there are 5 numbers. What you will have to find, first of all, you will add. Sum means add of this number. Let's say A plus B plus C plus D plus E. So when we add these numbers, we will obtain sum. Next, product of this number. So A multiplied by B multiplied by C multiplied by D multiplied by E. In this way, we can achieve our desired result, product. And the average of these numbers is A plus B plus C plus D whole divided by A plus B plus C plus D plus E. Keep in mind, I say the word whole divided by 5. Most of the boys skip the whole divided. They divide only with the E. So it is wrong. So average, in this way, we can obtain the average. So already we know that how can we obtain the sum, how can we obtain the product, and how can, because if you know the formula, you can do many things very easily. For example, you can perform the algorithm, you can make the flow chart over there. Also, you can make the program over there if you know the formulas to obtain these things. This was the assignment I gave you already. Algorithm is over here, and I told you to perform the flow chart on this algorithm. Okay, next problem is, try to understand this one. Find the largest of 3 unequal numbers. Largest of 3 unequal numbers. Let's say one number is 5. Second number is 2. Third number is 8. 5 to 8. This is my assumption. So because these are unequal number. Equal number means if I say first number is 5, second number is 5, third number is also 5. But over here in the question, a question asks, find the largest of three unequal numbers. So first number is, let's say I give you 10, 20 or 30, whatever. So now if I assign the value A is 10, B is 20 and C is 30. So what is the correct answer? Obviously correct answer is C, because C have the value 30. Okay. The algorithm for this problem is problem planning the solution. First step is planning the solution. In the planning, we have to do input three unequal numbers. Okay. Required output should be the largest of three numbers. And our processing in this algorithm is comparison of each number with the other two numbers. How can I compare? I can compare first number with the other two numbers. Then I will take the second number. Then I will compare the first and third number. And then I will take the third number and compare first and second number. In this way, I can achieve the largest number easily. Start algorithm. Step 1. This is the first step in each and every algorithm, which is start. Over here, let the three numbers be. A is equal to 10, B is 20, and C is 30. These are the three numbers. And we have assigned values 10, 20, 30 respectively. In the step 2, we will check all these numbers one by one with each other. Okay, step 2 is check if A is the largest number. I will apply the condition over here. So condition, watch over here, the condition must be like this: if A is greater than B and A is greater than C. So if this number is greater than this, and also this one, also with the C, obviously then A is the largest. But over here, the value says no, A is not. But we will perform all the possible values, all the possible steps, which is check if A is the largest number, A is greater than B, and A is greater than C. Then what happened? Then largest number is A. Then we have to print or display what largest number is A. Otherwise it says go to step 4. Otherwise it says go to steps 4. So go to step 4 is this one. Then we will perform check if B is the largest number. We will perform the same. No. Okay. Again, I am repeating this step because this is very interesting step and little bit confusing. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then largest number is A. Okay, I give the assign when I was input three numbers, A is 100. In this case, is if A is 100, B is 20 and C is 30. So A is obviously 100 is greater. Then what happened? If A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then the largest is, so this will be displayed. After that, control will not go to the otherwise. Then go to step 3 will come, go to step 7. I will show you in the next page what is the step 7. Watch over here. Step 7 is output largest. Step 7 is output. If A is the largest, then it follows the step 7. Okay. In this case, over here, A is not greater. Then what happened? Go to step 4. And we are now performing the step 4. Check B is the largest number. Now same step we will repeat for the B. In the first step, we have performed with the A. If A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then the largest is A. What will be our next step? Check B. If the B is the largest number, so without showing the next page, I want to ask what will be the required condition. The required condition should be if B is greater than A and B is greater than C, then largest C. then largest C. Otherwise, go to step next means 6. So now check it, that condition. If B is greater than A and B is greater than C, then largest B. Otherwise, go to step 6. And step 6 is largest is C. Okay. Go to, after this, when we have assumed that B was the largest, then what happened? Assume that means A have the 20 value. Let's say A have 10, B have 200, and C has 30. So what will be the greater? Obviously, at this condition, B is the largest and B will be follow, and step 5 will become go to step 7, and step 7 is output largest. Now, neither A is the larger, neither A is the larger and nor B is the larger. Then obviously C is the largest. So step 6 is largest is C. So obviously largest C. Step 7, we again repeating output largest in the step 7, because over here they transfer the control. Go to means they are go to the step. They are further moving, their instruction, they gives us the instruction move to the step 7. Which I step can overwrite over here, the control automatically moves to that step. So step 7 is the output largest, and last step will be stop. Last step will be stop. Now over here, your assignment and homework is also, you have 3 days to do very easily, very I can say that you will have to draw. The question was find the problem 2, find the largest of 3 unequal numbers. Now I will change this one. Find the smallest of 3 unequal number. This will be your homework as well. This is your assignment is as well. So you must do this thing. Only I can give you the clue, only if one operator is changed, if you change one operator, rest all of the things are the same. Okay, it will be very, very easy. I give you that clue is, you can say that I also solved that algorithm with you, which is your assignment is find the smallest of 3 unequal numbers. So you must follow these steps, all of these steps, but where you have to place that operator, where that operator was to change, so you must follow that instruction. Okay, next one. Find acceleration of a moving object for a given mass and the force applied. Acceleration of a moving object. So if you know the formula of acceleration, then you can find acceleration very easily. So this one is concerned with the physics question. Find the acceleration of moving object for a given mass and the force applied it. I hope I remember when I was a student, I think the formula was F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma. But over there we have to find the force. Now we have to find the acceleration. So we will calculate this one after planning the solution. Input. What is the input? Mass and force we should have to input. What will be the required output? A required output is acceleration of moving object. And what is the processing? Processing, divide the force by the mass. This should be our processing. Okay, step 1. Now we have to start the actual algorithm. This planning the solution is a part of the algorithm, but not actual algorithm. Actual algorithm is start from here, where the algorithm is written. In the step 1, start. Let mass is mass, we are denoted the mass with the m, be 50, and the force applied on it, F, be 12. Step 2, calculate the acceleration. So if the force is equal to ma, and we have to we have to find the acceleration. So acceleration should be a is equal to f divided by m, f divided by m. So if I apply this value, force is 12 and mass is equal to 50. So 12 divided by 50, what will be the result? It should be our answer. And step 3 is equal to output A. Step 3 is output A, and step 4 is finish. So this is very simple. You can say that this algorithm belongs to division of two numbers. This algorithm belongs to division of two numbers. Why I am saying this? Because watch over here, one number is divided by another number and we are finding the third number. So this is the division of two numbers. Now again I am giving you the one more assignment. This is very easily belongs to the exercise question which we have done in the previous lecture. You will have to draw flowchart over it. You will have to draw flowchart over it. So keep in mind, you must know how to draw a flowchart. In the previous lecture, we discussed the flowchart in very detail. Next, find the volume of a cube. Okay, before solving these types of question, one thing must be remember. Let's say in the problem solving, in the problem number 3, over here, find the acceleration of moving object. It was the problem number 3. But if you know the formula, you can solve the algorithm and problem very easily. Similarly, problem number 4, find the volume of a cube. Find the volume of a cube. Now, if you know the formula of a cube, volume of a cube, you can calculate it. Otherwise, useless to solve this question. So volume of a cube is, in my mind, V is equal to L multiply by L multiply by L. It means that L cube. So volume of cube is L multiply by L multiply by L. L, what is L? Length multiply by length multiply by length. So this, if we have 3 side length, we can find the volume of cube very easily. Okay, comes to the point, planning the solution. First, input length of side of cubes. Length of side of cube. So if we will input the length of side of a cube, required output will be volume of a cube. We have to know what is required. What should we have to know? Volume is not known. Processing, side of a cube raised to the power of 3. So side of a cube means length multiply by length multiply by length. So we can write this one is L or length cube. So this is our processing. This is a planning state. Now algorithm. In the step 1, start. Step 1, start. Let the length of one side of a cube, which is denoted by L, be 12. It means that we are giving the length is equal to L is equal to 12. In the second step, calculate the volume, which is V. So V is equal to, watch over here, L cube. V is equal to L cube. If we have the volume, L length is equal to 12. So it means that 12 multiplied by 12 multiplied by 12, when they are multiplying each other, so obviously we can find the volume. Step 3 is output. Output V means output volume. So, and the step 4 is stop. Step 4 is stop. So these are the algorithms of we have performed the problem number 2, 3, and 4. I am revising, I am repeating the assignment and homework. Your assignment is replace the problem number 2 which was problem number 2. Find the largest of three unequal number. Over here, you don't need, because we didn't still make the flowchart decision on the decision basis, and this problem belongs to the decision. So I am not giving you the flowchart on problem number 2. I just give you the algorithm on problem number 2, but little bit change is find the smallest of three unequal numbers. So change is, I also gave you the clue in the lecture. Now I will not repeat, watch the lecture carefully. And next is we have applied problem number 3, find the acceleration. Already this is, I told you, the division of two numbers. This is very easily same as the algorithm which we have performed in our previous lecture. So you make the flowchart on problem number 3 and flowchart on problem number 4. So problem 3 and 4 are equal, same. You can say that when we are drawing the flowchart, the diagram will be same. As you will feel that when you will draw, it will be same. Okay, I think today is enough. Inshallah, tomorrow we will start the next lecture. Till take care of yourself. Pray for me. Pray for all Muslim. Allah Hafiz.